Hey MGTOWs, this is Vention. I'm on day 12 of my fast. Not easy. Technically it's not really a fast because I'm using like some broccoli or a bit of a cucumber to sort of cushion all the medications I'm taking. Other than that, I don't know, it feels like a fast to me. um, Basically, I'm just checking in. I'm down to 203 pounds from 245, and that's a nice side benefit to this whatever it is I'm going through. And basically, I'm feeling okay, but I'm tired and slow. I was having problems with joints swelling up and my arthritis in my knees all getting screwed up. Then I had a problem with my right calf and ankle swelling up, and finally I just went off all of my medications yesterday, and the right calf, which was the last of the problems, mostly cleared up and it's pretty much gone. And I was also having another problem with a lot more blood than I like when you do a number 2, right? So I narrowed it down to the modified citrus pectin, and I went ahead and just curtailed that for the day and yesterday, and problem didn't come back. So that stuff is a powerful laxative, so if you have any bleeding at all, it's going to make it like 50 times worse. So I went ahead and put a stop to that for the time being. It was designed to be taken while you're eating, the dosage that I'm taking. The doctor, that's the default prescription, is not while you're fasting, right? So I'm thinking that I was just taking way too much, considering the fact that I wasn't eating, right? So, well, at least nothing significant. So I think tomorrow I might restart it, but at like maybe a third of the dosage that I was taking before. Okay, other than that, everything's going great. My dad took off to his hometown where he grew up and where he was born, actually, and he's going to go look for a rental house there. I was thinking about buying a place there, and I still am, but the kind of place I want there, I would have to be there to take care of it. And the kind of place he wants there is one that's really close to everything, and really close to medical, really close to groceries, and he wants something in town. And he says he would love to live with me in a place like what I want, but I would pretty much have to be there to take care of the thing, because within the next 5 years or so, he will be completely incapable of doing that. So I can respect what he's saying. So I've put a temporary hold on my plans to buy a house in his hometown. And instead, I think I might just rent a room from him, sort of subletting it. And for that reason, I'm going to have to get rid of a lot more of my stuff than I planned. So I can do that. I'm also going to set up a mailing address, a remailer. There's a company in Tacoma that does that, so that I don't have to lose my Washington State residency. And if I do that, then when it comes time to start cashing in Bitcoins, I won't have to pay the income tax. Almost every state has an income tax, except for just a few, like my state, Washington. And man, that is a great state to be from if you're an expat. If you're like living overseas, why should I pay state income tax when I don't even live here? Honestly. So that's about it for that. So this is day 12 of the fast, if you want to call it a fast, or you could say I'm cheating every day by having a little bit of cauliflower or a little celery to cushion the meds. So So basically, yeah, day 12. And, well, I'm still losing weight, so I must be doing something. I'm probably still in autophagia, where your body starts breaking up its own tissues for food. And if that's the case, cancer's on the menu. And I am looking forward to getting my next cancer blood test. And then if my numbers are what I think they're going to be, I'm going to start the ball rolling on getting another PET scan. So yeah, good times. Let's see. Other than that, it's a really interesting feeling being retired. My dad's out of the house. He's gone. I basically have absolutely no one and nothing that has any demand on my time. I was like, I yawned a little bit. I says, I think I'll just lay down for a while. And I like dozed and almost slept a little bit. And I got up and watched some YouTube videos and jumped through the shower. And I'm just doing whatever I want in sort of a slow, very slow way. I've got a few projects I want to do, and I'm getting, now that my leg is healing up, I'm thinking I can work on them a little. Excuse me. Although I'm not going to be very fast. So I'm hoping I can push this whole thing out to the full 21 days. And then if I could do that, man, I think I will have taken a serious bite out of this cancer. So, and then basically, yeah, I'm just going to keep going with it. I'm going to set up that remailer very soon, and then I'll get the ball rolling on selling the house. I'm interacting with the person who wants to buy it. And then I'll just turn around and rent it back from him while I continue to liquidate the last of my stuff. And then I'm out of here. There's a website called gotjunk.com, and they'll come and haul away everything I don't want if the next buyer doesn't want any of it. And basically, yeah, good times. There was one other thing that I wanted to cover, and that's the new adpocalypse, or the new crackdown that YouTube is inflicting on all of my favorite YouTubers. I am saving them to an app on my Android called Web Alert, and what it allows you to do is, I mean, it just runs in the background, and however often you set it up for, it will search the places, the websites and the web, the channels that you want it to search on whatever platform it is, like a blog or a website or a vlog, like or a YouTube channel, or a Steemit, or a BitChute, or a Minds.com, or Gab, or anything like that. Doesn't matter what platform it is, and it's really cool because when there are some YouTubers that have been deleted from YouTube, and yet I still have access to I'm still alerted when they post something on something like BitChute or something. Steemit, of course. Some of my web alerts are for Steemit. Anyway, the app is called Web Alert, and it's on the App Store, or the Play Store, I guess you could call it. So the thing is, that's all well and good, but I'm an old guy, right? I'm sort of a PC guy, and I'm wondering if any of my more technical brothers out there knows of an alert app like that, which will allow me to monitor and be alerted to this in the same way, but on my PC, or if they do it, or if a website somewhere does it for us. And then I could just make that my default place where I go when I turn on my browser, right? Rather than just automatically going to YouTube, right? And then everything that I want, right, will immediately show up no matter what platform it's on. And it would be really cool if that really caught on, and more people were doing that, because that would decrease the power, the centralized power that YouTube and Google has over YouTube and all this social media. It's a tremendous platform that YouTube and Google has, and they are abusing the shit out of it, brothers. And I would very much like to disconnect. I would like to partially disconnect from Google and allow my alerts to come from anywhere, not just YouTube. So obviously I will subscribe on the alert to all of my favorite YouTubers as well. But if that option isn't available, there is another option where you can run Android apps from your PC, from your PC's desktop. You could just double click the thing and it's going. So every time I would like start I could download Web Alert for my PC, even though it's an Android app, and run it there, and it might work. It might. I mean, that's a last-ditch effort. I mean, a last option. I would much prefer it if there was something really designed for a PC to do that job. So, brothers, that's about all I got for you today. Just living the dream. I'm really enjoying the fact that there is for the first time in so long, there is no demand that anybody has on my time. Nobody really can expect me to be right there to do something. Like I would always have to go to a job, or I would, or school, or the army, or and I would always have something that I would have to do. Only in a few brief periods of my life, like when I got laid off of one of my early diesel mechanic jobs, sometimes I would just take like 3 months off, or sometimes when I'd get really angry and I'd just be fed up with the job, I would like quit for like 3 or 4 months, and I would just run off and do whatever I wanted. Travel, take road trips, visit people, and visit family in distant areas, and fart around on the early internet that existed back then. And that's a little bit like what it is now, but there was always something hanging over my head, the fact that I didn't have the means to do it forever, or for the rest of my life, basically. And now, for the first time in my life, I have realized, I've been working toward that dream for decades, and now it has arrived. It is here. Funny how when you work for something for so long, and then kind of suddenly, almost without really expecting it, suddenly it's here. Suddenly it happened. Suddenly you've done it. And man, it's a tremendous thing, and I highly recommend it. Okay, brothers, that's about all I got for you. And don't get married.